You've been told to take omega-3. It's probably sitting in your cabinet right now. But here's the question nobody asks. Is what's in that bottle actually doing anything? Today we examine the evidence. What omega-3 really does, why most people are getting the wrong kind, and how to tell a quality supplement from an expensive bottle of rancid oil. Quick note before we start. This video is for informational purposes only and does not constitute medical advice. Always consult your healthcare provider before starting any supplement, especially if you have a medical condition or take medication. Welcome to Ingredient Verdict, where we examine one ingredient at a time. No hype, just the evidence. Omega-3 is one of the most purchased supplements in the world. And the research behind it is genuinely compelling, but only if you're getting the right forms, in the right amounts, from a source that hasn't already gone bad before you open the bottle. Omega-3 fatty acids are a family of polyunsaturated fats that the body cannot produce on its own, meaning we have to get them from food or supplements. There are three main types worth knowing: ALA, EPA and DHA. ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, is found primarily in plant sources like flax seeds, chia seeds and walnuts. It's considered essential, meaning the body cannot make it. EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, is found mainly in fatty fish and algae. Research links it primarily to reducing inflammation and supporting cardiovascular health. DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, is also found in fatty fish and algae, and is the dominant structural fat in the brain and retina. It plays a critical role in cognitive function, vision and neurological development. Here's where it gets important. The body can technically convert ALA into EPA and DHA, but research consistently shows this conversion is extremely inefficient. Studies estimate that less than 10% of ALA converts to EPA, and less than 1% converts to DHA. This means relying on plant sources of ALA alone is unlikely to maintain adequate EPA and DHA levels for most people. It's one of the most misunderstood aspects of omega-3 nutrition. One of the most underappreciated aspects of omega-3 is its relationship with omega-6 fatty acids. Both are essential, but they compete for the same enzymes in the body, and the balance between them matters significantly. Historically, humans consumed omega-6 and omega-3 in roughly a 4-to-1 ratio. In most modern Western diets, that ratio has shifted to anywhere between 15-to-1 and 20-to-1, heavily weighted toward omega-6, which is abundant in vegetable oils, processed foods and grain-fed meat. This imbalance matters because omega-6 fatty acids tend to promote inflammatory pathways, while omega-3, particularly EPA, tends to counter them. The issue isn't omega-6 itself, which is essential, it's the disproportionate ratio. Increasing omega-3 intake is one way to rebalance this, but reducing processed food consumption addresses the root cause more effectively. Before we get to supplements, food first. Always. Fatty fish are by far the most bioavailable source of EPA and DHA. Salmon provides around 2,000 to 2,500 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA per 100 grams serving. Mackerel is similar, around 2,500 milligrams per 100 grams. Sardines provide around 1,400 milligrams per 100 grams and are also one of the most sustainable and affordable options. Herring is comparable to sardines. Anchovies, often overlooked, provide around 2,000 milligrams per 100 grams. For plant-based sources, flax seeds provide around 2,300 milligrams of ALA per tablespoon, but remember, only a small fraction converts to EPA and DHA. Chia seeds provide around 5,000 milligrams of ALA per 30 grams serving. Walnuts provide around 2,500 milligrams of ALA per 30 grams. Hemp seeds provide a moderate amount of ALA with a more balanced omega-6 to omega-3 ratio than most plant sources. For those who don't eat fatty fish regularly, supplementation becomes genuinely relevant. Not all omega-3 supplements are equal, and this is where most people go wrong. Fish oil is the most common form. It's derived from the tissues of oily fish, typically anchovies, sardines or mackerel. The key variables are EPA and DHA content, the form of omega-3, triglyceride versus ethyl ester, and freshness. Ethyl ester fish oil is the most common and cheapest form on the market. It's a processed form that research suggests is absorbed less efficiently than the natural triglyceride form. Some studies estimate 30 to 50% lower bioavailability. Many budget supplements use this form. Triglyceride fish oil more closely resembles the natural form found in fish. Research suggests better absorption. It's typically more expensive. Re-esterified triglyceride fish oil is a further refined form with even higher concentrations of EPA and DHA and good absorption. It's the form used in pharmaceutical-grade omega-3 products. Krill oil is derived from small crustaceans and contains EPA and DHA bound to phospholipids, which may enhance absorption. It also contains astaxanthin, a potent antioxidant. Studies suggest krill oil may be absorbed more efficiently than standard fish oil, though it typically contains lower total amounts of EPA and DHA per capsule. Algae oil is derived from the same marine algae that fish consume, making it the original source of EPA and DHA in the food chain. It's the only plant-based source that provides preformed DHA and EPA directly, without relying on conversion. Research suggests absorption is comparable to fish oil. It's suitable for vegans and vegetarians, and has a significantly lower environmental impact than fish-derived oils. For those avoiding fish for any reason, algae oil is the evidence-based alternative, not flaxseed oil. One of the most overlooked aspects of omega-3 supplementation is oxidation. Omega-3 fatty acids are highly unstable and oxidize, go rancid, when exposed to heat, light or air. Oxidized fish oil doesn't just lose its benefits, some research suggests it may actually be harmful, promoting the very oxidative stress it's supposed to counter. The problem is significant. Studies have found that a substantial proportion of fish oil supplements on the market exceed recommended oxidation limits. You often can't smell it. Many manufacturers add flavoring to mask rancidity. How to check quality? Look for third-party testing, specifically IFOS certification, International Fish Oil Standards, which tests for purity, potency and oxidation levels. Check the EPA and DHA content specifically, not just omega-3 inches on the label. Some products list total omega-3, which includes ALA and other forms. Store supplements in the fridge after opening. If a capsule smells strongly fishy or bitter when you cut it open, that's a sign of oxidation. Omega-3, particularly DHA, deserves special attention for brain health. DHA is the dominant structural fat in the brain, comprising around 25% of total brain fat. Research has consistently linked higher DHA levels to better cognitive function, reduced risk of cognitive decline, and improved mood regulation. EPA has been more specifically studied in relation to depression and inflammation. Several meta-analyses have found that EPA-dominant supplements show meaningful effects on depressive symptoms. In some studies comparable to antidepressant medication for mild to moderate depression, though this area of research is still developing. For cognitive health specifically, a higher DHA to EPA ratio is generally recommended. For cardiovascular and anti-inflammatory benefits, a higher EPA ratio or balanced formula is more commonly used. The omega-3 and ApoE4 connection is worth noting. Research suggests that individuals carrying the ApoE4 gene variant, a genetic risk factor for Alzheimer's disease, may metabolize DHA differently and may benefit particularly from adequate DHA intake. If ApoE4 is relevant to you or your family, this is a conversation worth having with a healthcare professional. So here's our verdict. For general health and cardiovascular support, a triglyceride-form fish oil or algae oil providing at least 500 mg of combined EPA and DHA daily is a reasonable starting point. Look for IFOS-certified products. For brain health and cognitive support, prioritize DHA. Algae oil is particularly well suited here as it provides preformed DHA directly. For inflammation and mood support, EPA-dominant formulas have the strongest research base. For vegans and vegetarians, algae oil is the only evidence-based option. Flaxseed oil alone is not a reliable substitute for EPA and DHA. For anyone concerned about quality, IFOS certification is the most reliable indicator of a tested, unoxidized product. Store in the fridge after opening. Regarding amounts, there is no established EURDI for EPA and DHA specifically. The European Food Safety Authority suggests between 250 mg and 500 mg of combined EPA and DHA per day for general health maintenance, depending on health goals. Many researchers and clinicians work with higher amounts, typically 1,000 to 2,000 mg, for specific health goals, but these should be discussed with a healthcare provider, particularly for anyone on blood thinners, as omega-3 can affect clotting at higher doses. That's our verdict on omega-3. Bottom line. The form matters, the freshness matters, and for plant-based diets, algae oil is the answer, not flaxseed. Read the label, not the marketing. If this was useful, subscribe. In every video we examine one ingredient, no hype, just the evidence. What ingredient would you like us to examine next? Drop it in the comments below. Next up, we look at one of the most controversial ingredients in modern nutrition, seed oils. See you then.